Yes, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So be comfortable yourself and once we connect with our other students, we ready to share. Once we get connected with our other network, we ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring that mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So bring attention to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand how this meditation practice can help for us to develop our conventional life, and at the same time, out of that conventional development, how we can gain our spiritual success. So as you know, and according to the Buddha's teaching, this everything based with the mind. Mind is the Purana. Before everything, mind ahead. So then according to the condition of the mind, that whatever you experience can change. So basically, through the practice what we does, we try to purify our mind, sharp our mind, clear, shine our mind. So the mind itself used to be sign, but what happened through this accumulation of this many perception or the experience develop in us as habitual patterns, and then it became a memory. So then out of the memory the repetition came, so that now repetition became kind of like a dust. So it covered that true nature of the mind. So now you have to slowly reduce the repetition of these unnecessary memories and slowly get back to the very true nature of the mind. So that is what the awareness. So the awareness is the very key true nature of the mind. But the very challenge when you develop the awareness, distraction. We get disturbed. Look at your day-to-day life. Out of the most thing, you get disturbed. So that disturbances sometimes happen in a kind of like a nice way. Distraction sometimes happen, but when it happen, we don't see it as a distraction. But everything all the time, if you look very carefully, try to overtake your awareness. So then practicing means you slowly develop ability to not to get disturbed, and stay focused to one mental object. That's the very basic level of practice. Another way we call this the samatha meditation, tranquility meditation, serenity meditation, chitta bhavana. So that's the foundation first you have to do. Not everybody. There are some people, their awareness is sharp and clear. Directly they can go a little bit more deeper. But most of time, even though you can do like that, always you have to remember, it is good to practice this basic level and allow your mind to calm down, settle down, and then you go to other steps. So actually when it comes to this kind of method, so important thing is understanding that what to practice, how to practice is something. So that's why when it comes to the mental object, not to interfere with the mind and let your mind to settle down, but develop the awareness. So that is a very key point when it comes to meditation. Not to interfere with the mind. Don't make your mind busy with the mental object. Let the mental object to be as it is. But you aware. So your awareness can maintain for a long time and it is very sustainable. But if you are mentally try to interfere with something, then you may get tired very easily. So that's why when it comes to our basic practice, observing inhalation, exhalation is our primary mental object. So then allow your inhalation, exhalations to happen itself. Don't interfere with it. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to maintain or don't try to involving with the process of inhalation, exhalation. If you try to do so, you're going to get tired very easily. Then by the time you give up your meditation practice. Another thing is, when you observe, listen this very carefully, because most of people do this mistake. When you observe, don't try to put attention through your eyes towards the inhalation, exhalation. Because then what happened, by the time this whole area maybe get tired, or maybe your eyes get, even though your eyes close, your eyes get tired, and internally you get tired very easily, then by the time you give up your meditation. So practice being aware means not just look through eyes, not try to send the energy, try to push your energy through your eyes. You settle down. Allow that all the head to toes, your whole body to settle down itself, but mentally you have the intention, you guide your attention to inhalation, exhalation. And when it happens, you recognize it. But don't try to look through your eyes. So that is another thing. That is how you can develop a very sustainable meditation practice without getting tired and yourself. Then it going to make your awareness sharper, clear, strong. While you practice, remember the thought always keep coming. So our purpose is not to get disturbed. So from the beginning, sometimes you don't know what to do when the thought arise. So there are few things that you can apply in day-to-day life when you practice meditation. And then at the same time, in day-to-day life, when you have a kind of like a very relaxed moment, there are certain things you have to practice. So it's kind of like a saving. When you have extra saving, maybe if there is an emergency come, you can spend it. So there are few things you have to practice in day-to-day life. One thing is loving kindness. Loving kindness you should not practice when you are get angry or mad or disappointed. Loving kindness you should practice when your mind is calm, relaxed, comfortable. So that way, if there is a disturbance arise, then you can apply it. Another thing is some kind of knowledge and wisdom. You cannot look into wisdom when the problems arise. In that very middle of the turbulence, you may have no idea what to do or how to do things. So that's why before that things happen, you have to learn about it. So in meditation also, that's why before you go to technique, you have to learn certain things about it. So that way when you sit for the meditation, it will help you. So even once you start to practice meditation, there are some, not all the time, but sometimes your mind behave in different ways. Sometimes suddenly very disturbed thoughts arise. So in that maybe whatever situation happens or whatever going to happen, or maybe very unpleasant things, sad, worry, disappointment, fear, those kind of thoughts can happen. So then what you need to do, rather than struggling to resist that, rather than neglect it, rather than kind of like escape from it, start to bring the very opposite side of the thoughts to your mind and cultivate it inside while you are practicing. And then you can come back to your primary mental object. If there is a angry thoughts arise regarding something, in that very moment, you can bring the loving kindness, because now you see your mind get into kind of like angry thought. Then you can consciously get the loving kindness thought and replace there, and then come back to primary mental object. Not to stay too long with it. Because then the memory start to, then your mind start to work thinking. No. So, in that very moment, thought arise, you recognize it, you replace it, you come back to primary mental object and observe inhalation, exhalation. And there are some thoughts arise. For that kind of thoughts, you should not put attention. If you put the attention, it try to take you away. It's mostly kind of like a pleasant things. Mostly kind of like whatever the positive things that you think about life. So you went for a vacation, just imagine it like this. So you close your eyes and now your body relax, your mind relax, you feel so comfortable. So in that comfort zone, what happens? Certain memories start to trigger. Related to maybe 10 years ago, you went for a vacation close to the beach or the mountain area. You had a very good, nice time. But now, while you practice meditation, suddenly it start to recall that memory. So if you are try to focus to that what happened, then you wash away with it. Maybe then you, rather than practicing meditation, you mentally, you enjoy that memory, the whole vacation. And then maybe you become disappointed. Maybe it start with the pleasant moment. Just imagine in the vacation you went and then finally you had the argument with somebody and or maybe fight or maybe something happened and you got disappointed, and then the same experience trigger now. And you start with the pleasant and went little by little deeper, and then disappointment there. So that then what happened? Your meditation is stolen by that your memory. So that's why not to put attention. That also a skill. So the very first method, if there is a thoughts arise, like anger, hatred, jealousy, so you bring a very opposite side of the thought, loving kindness, compassion. And there are some thoughts, as I mentioned, mostly some pleasant thoughts. You don't put attention to it. You just let it be. So the another one is, there are some thoughts can arise, the desires can arise. So that desire sometimes related to eat something, drink something, to do something. So then you have to think about the very danger of it. Not all the positive side of it. So you have to think what kind of feedback going to come if you do it. Okay, sometimes there are some drinks, sometimes cigarettes, alcohol, even some food. And even recently that one of my friends tried to order a pizza and Domino's. So, and it mentioned maybe there are some cancer danger because whatever the machines they use or whatever, there was a indication. So that indicates something is about the danger. That the thing is this, in the material world, we are very smart to deal with that, you know. So right away, then you cancel it. And then if you try to drink something, if you recognize it is sometimes effect for your health, right away you cancel it. Because you know it is not good for your health. Maybe by the time you get going to get sick. So, but how about our mind? Sometimes some kind of thoughts, even though in the moment with it within you, by the time it is not going to be good for you. So have you ever thought about it and remove that thought right away? Get out of that right away. So that is another method that you have to develop in you. When the thoughts arise, not to allow that all the thoughts to be there and think about it again and again. See the very danger of it and then get out of it. Otherwise, that once the thought becomes stronger, it's going to come as an action. So this is the very bottom level that you can remodify your actions, change your actions. So that is another method. That another one is when the thought arises and you can analyze about that thought related to whatever the action, and you can kind of like investigate about it. You can look into it and see what kind of profitable things going to happen or unprofitable things going to happen. So that is another thing. And another one is sometimes you have to use your physical, mental strength to hold that. Not to get out it with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. So somehow we are trying here deeply mentally change the pattern of the thoughts. The very reason is you have to understand for your mind. So the mind is the forerunner, mind is the creator. So then your mind not going to depend on somebody. There is no help from the outside for your mind, to especially to purify it, clean it, uplift it. You can do it only by mind. How? With the awareness developing thoughts, the very positive thoughts, right thoughts. So that will lead you to right understanding. So that right understanding will uplift you to right wisdom. So the mind, you are developing a very sustainable method to your mind to maintain itself and purify itself. Get out of this all the habitual patterns or the memory or the cankers or the mental formations that we already have in us. So you are the only one can do it for you. So then remember, it doesn't matter whatever you do with this outside world, end of the day, that all going to go away, but your mind going to be there with you. According to the very condition of the mind, your next moment going to change. So then always give the first priority to your mind, to clean your mind, sharp your mind, keep it, protect from very negative or unwholesome thoughts. Always uplift yourself. As I mentioned, replacing sometimes, not to put attention sometimes, and thinking about the very danger of things sometimes, and sometimes using the very mental analytical understanding and becoming wise. And another thing is using your physical strength not to get it out as action. So that way you recognize you can have a very different way of mindset, because there is nothing permanent here. It's always changing, everything changing all the time. So then you use that change, you get that opportunity to get something more higher, more better, more profitable for you. So the most profitable thing that you can have in the conventional life until you attain to the liberation is your thoughts. So then always look into it. Go deeper into it. Clean deeply your mind, because there are a lot of deeper memory in us still keep coming, holding our life, grasping our life, maintaining our life, conquering our everyday life. So your awareness is the very tool, very key. And go deeper, do the deep cleaning. So the meditation is a method that you do that cleaning and allow your mind to shine sharp. Once you have that sharp and clear mind, and you no need to worry about the world, because your mind can understand, and you have certain wisdom to go through so any up and downs. So that's why little by little, you need to develop your practice. So then remember yourself, whenever you have opportunity, try to practice little by little, and develop a very sustainable mental system, knowingly you are your own master. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamuncatu. Bless you.